world of money, most countries keep it simple. One country, one central bank, one design for their currency. But Hong Kong? Well, it's a whole different story. It's a massive global financial hub, but its currency system is so unusual, it's a genuine puzzle. So today, let's solve it.
So here's the big question, right? How can you have one single currency that's actually printed by three completely separate private banks? You'd think it would be a recipe for total chaos and confusion. But as we're about to see, Hong Kong's system is built on this incredible foundation of stability.
So let's meet the three players in this game. First up, you've got HSBC, a bank that was literally born in Hong Kong and is packed with local history. Then there's Standard Chartered, which brings its British origins and international flavor. And finally, the Bank of China, representing its deep connections to the mainland. And the wild part is, if you have a $100 note from each, they look completely different, but they're all worth exactly the same.
Now, this whole setup didn't just pop up out of nowhere. It's actually a living piece of history from Hong Kong's days as a super busy 19th century trading port. See, back then, it was actually pretty normal for different commercial banks to print their own money. But while the rest of the world moved on, Hong Kong just didn't. Instead, they refined it, adapting this old colonial system for our modern high-tech world. Okay, so if you have three different banks all firing up their own printing presses, how on earth do you prevent total disaster? Well, the answer lies with one single, all-powerful regulator that creates a shared blueprint for everyone to follow.
And this is it, the Hong Kong Monetary Authority, or the HKMA. Think of them as the director of the whole show. They don't actually print the money themselves, but they write the entire script. They set every single rule and act as the referee to make sure all three banks are playing the game perfectly. And let me tell you, the HKMA's rulebook is incredibly strict. Every single banknote, doesn't matter who prints it, has to meet the exact same, very high standards. We're talking about state-of-the-art security, specific material qualities, even things like special textures so the visually impaired can use them. This shared blueprint is what ensures that even though the bills look different, they all work together as one unified, trustworthy currency.
But here's where it gets really cool. Even with all those strict rules, the banks still get to show off their own personalities. It's almost like a design competition. HSBC's notes, they're basically a love letter to Hong Kong, featuring those famous lion statues and the amazing Victoria Harbor skyline. Standard Chartered goes a different route, with designs that feel like a fusion of Eastern and Western culture. And then you have the Bank of China, which uses its notes to really celebrate Chinese culture, with its iconic building and traditional designs. So what you end up with are three unique artistic visions, three different brand identities, all living together on the official currency. It's literally brand competition, but for legal tender.
All right, so we know who makes the money and the thinking behind the designs. Now, let's step inside the incredibly secure, high-tech world where these banknotes are actually born. It all begins, not with paper, but with this stuff, a polymer substrate. It's a fancy type of plastic that is unbelievably tough and waterproof. I mean, in a place as humid as Hong Kong, old-school paper money just falls apart. This advanced polymer not only lasts way longer, but it also lets them pack in security features that are just impossible to do on paper. Turning that blank plastic sheet into money is this incredible multi-stage dance of precision. First, the sheet gets prepped. Then beautiful background colors are laid down. Next comes a very special printing process that creates a raised texture you can actually feel. After that, they add all the high-tech optical tricks, and finally, every single note gets its own unique serial number.
Let's zero in on that textured printing for a second, because this is where the real magic is. It's called intaglio printing. Basically, they take a steel plate with the design carved into it, and then they use an insane amount of pressure. We're talking tons of force to press the ink onto the polymer. That's what creates that distinct raised feel you can catch with your thumbnail. It's a huge security feature because it is almost impossible for a counterfeiter to copy that feeling.
And the security just keeps going. The Hong Kong dollar is absolutely packed with futuristic tech. You've got inks that change color when you tilt the note, holograms inside see-through windows, and security threads woven in with text so small you'd need a microscope to read it. The whole thing is like a technological fortress, designed to be 10 steps ahead of the bad guys.
So a perfect high-tech banknote has just rolled off the press. But really, its journey is only just beginning. Let's follow it from the print works into circulation and all the way to the end of its life. Before a single note can even think about leaving the building, it has to survive this absolutely brutal quality control process. Automated cameras scan every square millimeter for tiny defects. Human specialists give it a final look for any aesthetic issues. Then the HKMA does its own independent checks, even putting notes through tests that simulate years of use. Only the absolute best of the best make it out.
After passing all those tests, the perfect notes are sent to the HKMA's main vault. From there, they get distributed to all the commercial banks, and finally, they make their way into our pockets and wallets. After years of being used, special machines sort the notes. If one is too worn out or damaged, it gets pulled out of circulation and destroyed. It's the complete circle of life for money.
So how long does that life last? Well, thanks to that tough polymer, a modern Hong Kong dollar can circulate for about 4 to 5 years. That is a huge jump from old paper notes, which were lucky to last even 1 year. That durability makes the whole system way more efficient and sustainable in the long run.
We've seen how this whole complex system works, but that still leaves the biggest question. Why? Why stick with a system that seems so, well, complicated? As it turns out, this unconventional approach has some very real, very powerful advantages.
Okay, this right here is the secret sauce, the absolute bedrock of the whole system's stability, something called the currency board. The rule is simple. For every single Hong Kong dollar a bank wants to print, it has to first deposit the exact same value in US dollars with the HKMA. This one-to-one backing means the currency is rock solid and keeps it pegged to the US dollar.
So again, why not just simplify everything? Well, first off, it honors history. The system evolved naturally, and hey, it works. It's also super resilient. If one bank has a printing problem, the other two can just pick up the slack. Plus, that friendly competition pushes all 3 banks to keep innovating their designs and security. At the end of the day, it just reflects Hong Kong's unique identity, one that's always embraced the private sector.
Ultimately, the money itself tells the story of Hong Kong. Having 3 banks, one with deep local roots, one with global ties, and one with a connection to the mainland, is a perfect metaphor. The currency you hold in your hand is a physical symbol of the one country, two systems idea, a constant balancing act of different economic and cultural forces all working together.
And that, of course, brings us to the future. We live in an age of digital payments, where you can buy anything with the tap of your phone. The very concept of physical cash is being challenged everywhere. So the big question is, can this strange, historic, and very tangible system of money survive in an increasingly digital world? For Hong Kong, that really is the multi-billion-dollar question.